Yes. Good afternoon, good morning, good day, word. This is the man from Buzzwalk with his garment dipped in blood. I am here today and I'm gonna be doing things totally different today. I'm gonna be mashing a lot of boys and girls corn. First, I must explain and level the playing field. Must let you know that this is a chronicle of my journey, Jaboni, better known as the Badass, Rastafari Liberation Baby. Today, yesterday I was listening to a program specifically, you know I like to call name. I don't speak ambiguous. Yesterday I was listening to Jerry Small and he was saying something to the effect that this month, April, is known to be the Rastafari month. I don't know how April becomes the Rastafari month, but as them say, Rastafari month. So I'm just gonna tell you a thing or two. According to my calendar, today is Thursday, the 28th of April, and I'm continuing my journey, chronicling my trod as a Rastafarian baby. So I must make the record clear by letting you know I, Jaboni, Badass, is the last Rastaman standing. That me say. I'm going to break it down and show you how me becomes the last Rasta man standing. Don't get this thing twisted now. I'm not saying I'm the only Rasta man. But I'm telling you, I'm the last Rasta man standing. So there's a lot of Rasta globally. But we're talking about who is standing. Yesterday, I released 3 documents. I released documentary evidence of traitors and collaboration against the Rastafari nation, the Rastafari church building and stagnation globally, and Rasta versus Babylon documentary, the elders' collaboration with Babylon against the Rasta vanguards. Today, I'm gonna try to break down, to the best of my ability, the 3 documents and show you how the movement was get derailed and how the sellout manifests itself. First, keep in mind, I'm not coming to you as an intellectual, I'm coming to you as how the struggle revealed to I. Now, between 1970 and 1979, over 10,000 Rasta youth was captured by the New York City race soldier. Mm-hmm. You me say look why? Between 1970 and 1979. So, I just give you a window when I work with now. So, I'm not talk in the 60s. I'm not talk in the 80s. I talk between 1970 and 1979. Because within that window, I was captured 1979. This was 43 years ago we're talking about. So I want some little boys and little girls now where can't comprehend now that we're talking about some people life time on the earth. So I want you to understand now what I'm telling you now. So I get captured 1979. This is 43 years ago we are talking about now. So I'm going to go in and my lyrics now to bring up 43 years what I experience in this time in order to show you now. So I don't want no little people under 45 years now get confused and try to tell me where they want to hear and where they want to know. Because I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear or where you want to know. I'm here now telling my story. So I just want you level and watch the ride. If you can't work it out with me, I say now, then you need to go do your own homework. Because some things I'm not going to go over again because I already tell you from day one up until when I get captured, then I go where I'm going to tell you about the music. I'm going to tell you where it starts. I'm going to tell you how it starts. I'm going to tell you how it's set. So now, I tell you now, specifically now, about how all the elders, you name them, the documentary evidence of traitors, the Rainbow Circle Throne, name all the elders that sell out this movement. So we move it from music now and from the musician. And I tell you now, we're going to show you now all the elders. Name them. Note, there's a few elders' names that didn't call in that document. And we'll break that down as we go along too. The first, we must take on board that Rainbow Circle Throne trad that tell you about all the elders. A significant point that we should pick up on, JAH did not mention Marty Muplana name one time in the documents. So that should tell you something. So before we go into that, let me tell you something about Jaboni, Rasta, as a Rasta baby now. I was raised with specifically guidance. I was taught as a youth growing up never to trust the Chinaman, never to trust the white man, never to trust the Indian man, and to barely trust the black man. That's how me did raise. So for me, to trust all a black man, I have to put him under serious scrutiny. Don't ask me the criteria. But when you come into contact with your own, somehow you will connect. Now, repeat, I was told, raised, this was embedded in I, not to trust or believe anything the white man said. Emphasis, not to believe anything the white man said. And up until today, that still play out in my life. Hence, I tell you, I don't have no white friend. I don't have no white friend. I don't have no white man or no white woman who can come have a glass of wine with me or come drink tea in my yard. If a white man come in my yard right now, him come to do some work and take for himself. Me and him not depend no body conversation and them thing there. That not in my book. And there's a reason why I'm emphasizing this. Now, 43 years ago, over 20 race soldiers jumped me and captured me. When them capture me, them carry me in a strange environment, meaning that them put me in a cell where you have to know now how jail thing go America. Everything is color code. So even how the cell is painted, it is painted to do something to your mind. Keep in mind that me is a man where I get captured from Jamaica. But the difference with getting captured in Jamaica, when them hold you and carry you to jail, them put you in a dark cell. And if you misbehave, them put you in a dumb cell, which is even more darker. The difference in America, them put you in a light up cell. And light not turned off. So that's a different kind of torture now, because I'm not used to in a light cell. Keep in mind now, it's a bunch of white men now are going to integrate me. So hence, my foundation teaching chipping. And that is, I give them a name and my date of birth. I give them a name. Yeah. Because that's how the thing works. You get captured, you give them a name, and you give them a date of birth. That's it. Conversation done. All when them assign a liar, you're up on the same trip. The liar a white man. So certain information you're not divulging. Because you don't know this man from nowhere. So you're not volunteer if you have no conversation with the man about what you do and what you not do and where you come from and all these things. But that's a layer foundation. So when I man get captured, I already explained to you that instant, because he's a vanguard of the struggle. The first thing I do is calling the Jamaican consulate in New York. So the record is there. When the consulate come in, me and the consulate reason because to all them capture me is a whole heap of knockings, which is international knockings that I talk to them about now, where related to struggle and government and the government and all these things in Jamaica. I give to you a dog. So at the time, are we in a power? No, to me say, we in a power. So the consulate come in and the consulate took its position and point out to me that election is in the making. So the government and is tied So we're going to have to see how the election result play out before any further representation can make on my behalf. However, the government also passed me over to the Abuna of the Western atmosphere of the Orthodox Church to make a Rastafari presentation on my behalf. We already tell you how that go, so we're not going to that. But what I want to point out to you now is that all the elders in Jamaica was also brief about my capture. So from Mortimer Plan, I come straight down. At the time, Miguel Lawn, I don't think he would pass in bar yet. But when Miguel pass, Miguel Lawn, can we call him names? When Miguel Lawn passes bar exam and start practice law, my case was turned over to him. Yeah. So you have to overstand now where I go down now. So Miguel Lawn know of high and high, not high alone, high and high struggle in captivity. At one stage, Mortimer Planner show I request 4 subscription of Rasta International newspaper from Miguel Lawn, which I did. So Bongo Miguel, did send I more than 4 subscription. If it is in dispute, I can go in my archive and bring out the 4 subscription that was sent to I. Planner then explained to I that I should form an organization within the prison system, make up a roster, and call the organization Rasta International, which I did. If it is in dispute, I can go and dig out the roster to show who was a part of that organization. Now, 1980 election run, the government change. Election also run in America. And Ronald Reagan, when I got captured under Jimmy Carter, the Peanut Man watch. The next year, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan won the election, and he changed up the whole global world order. It was Ronald Reagan who flooded the US, Jamaica, and certain Caribbean islands with hard drugs. Keep in mind, at that time, we were not labeled as yet. So it is safe to say, I that get captured between 1970 and 1979 was unknown to the American system. I Rasta that was captured that time was unknown to the American system. So we wasn't labeled as Yardy or any of these negative names. That didn't apply to us. we were just Rastas, vanguard, for lacking a better word, herb house, or ganja house, or reefer house runners. Now, as I explained before, that there was a case going on by the name of Benjamin versus Cochrane, which was addressing the rights of the Rastafarian prisoners. Under the First Amendment right, every prisoner have the right to practice whatever religion they want to practice. So, I becomes a part of the class action, which is Benjamin, which I dub Rasta versus Babylon. It should be noted that when the US flood all the local black neighborhood in the US with drugs, there was a serious ripple effect. Because the drugs that flood on the street also stretch itself and ending up flooding the prison system. You hear me say look a while? The crack epidemic well throughout the 80s and 90s that was damaging the street also was damaging the prison. So no one was safe from that epidemic, or where you want the word with name, epidemic that was taking place at the time. I'm going to let you in a secret now. I explained to you all that I did 9 years in solitary. But nobody never questioned, how why Jabi do so much year in a solitary? So I'm going to tell you what happened there now. Within the prison setting, first of all, the Benjamin, the Rasta case, there was no doubt that we had a right to go with Locks. My brother named Fred Locks filed an injunction, I think around 1981, 82, and stop Babylon from cutting any locks until trial. Between 1979 and 1985, the Rasta case was dormant, pending outside sponsorship. You hear me say look a while? Watch your ride. So Babylon already accept that they're gonna treat us like every other prisoners. Like how them treat Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and everybody else. Between that period of time, 1979 and 1985, Planner sent several Rasta representatives come interview I in various prisons in order to formulate a package to deal with I, the vanguards. Right. Already shown a documentation that Planner tell I to work with various individuals over the years. At the time, I was working with Dr. Yanni. Again, I already explained to you all that I view of Dr. Yanni that she was a double agent. And that Planner, sorry, explained to I that yes, indeed, she was a double agent, but we will turn her into a triple agent. So that's how we had work. Carol. So at no time at all, Carol was privileged to certain information. As you will hear in the Babylon, the Rasta versus Babylon documentary, my good brethren Smiley told Judge Staten that no white woman can lead I. So therefore, and the judge accept that no white person couldn't lead I. So you have to understand now what I try to show you say. As prisoners, we were all anti the system. We were all in unity in telling the system what we want and how it will run. Now, I explained to you all that we had a trial. The documents speak for itself. And that we won the case pending outside sponsor. At the first, I must remind you again that over the years, I used to have several telecommunication with Bongo Miguel. As a matter of fact, the first mission of the Rainbow Circle Throne, I had a telephone communication with Bongo Miguel that the day before them fly out, that they would be on the mission to come now to rectify the sponsorship program of I. I also explained to y'all that when the mission reached New York, I was also in communication with Sam Brown and Bongo Watto, Bongo Bigger, Bongo Pidu. You name it. Because I was personally in contact with these people. Per court order, Babylon had was to give me access to phone to coordinate what was supposed to happen, because I was the one that, the expert on the Rasta case. So it's not something where Babylon could have stopped. I explained to you all in previous highlight that Sam Brown was the person who derailed the program. The documentary evidence of the Rainbow Circuit Road Nyabingi mission to the US, 1988 to 1991, was to join Babylon against us, and was orchestrated by Babylon. So whether you want to call it the CIA, or you want to call it the Smithsonian, or whosoever put that package together 3 times, they didn't do that in the interest of Rastafari. Check the levels of the report. JAH dictate to us, not I, but JAH dictate to Miguel, Bongo Time, Bongo Watto, you name it. JAH dictate to them along the way how the program was going to go. JAH took over the program. Keep in mind that most of the program play out itself in New York State. Keep in mind that at the time, the government of New York State was waiting for representative of the Rastafari faith, our movement, our nation, to come forward and engage with them. At no time at all, throughout the different delegation of Rainbow Circuit Road that come to the US, make any representation on behalf of I and I, the captive. When it was I and I, the captive, that won the rights to give them the access to come to the US. They didn't come to the US for any other reason. Prior to the Rastafari struggle in captive for representation, there was no need for any delegation to be coming to the US. These documents that tell you about them come for despise and separate the shower posse and the coke posse and the heroin posse and the crack posse from Rasta is a lie. Check the levels. In those days, why you think Rasta is so silent today? Every Rasta man was get caught with him hand in the cookie jar. Every Rasta man. between the 1980s and now got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. You hear me say look while? Who not sell it, I use it. Who not use it, I abuse it. No one was spared from it. Throughout the 1980s, every artist was dibbling and dabbling. Them try to make me two brethren like a them a the, what you call it? When you say Coke, you say Gregory, I say Dennis Brown. But I'm here telling you now, name it. Every one of them from Bob Marley come straight down. Get caught with them hand in the cookie jar. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I, Jaboni, can talk the way I'm talking. Because Jaboni never get the dibble or double. Me get capture before crack come out. You me say? Me get capture before crack and freebase come out. And when crack and freebase come out, and it reach in the prison too. Sometimes I wonder, oh, none of my prison friend them not talk. Me not have a friend. Yeah, me I tell you to them now. I, Jaboni, me not have no friend. Me not want a boy that thinks me and Jaboni. Some boy ain't gonna know me. Me and a boy and a friend. Me not have a friend. Repeat, me not have no friend. Today, I come to the realization and say me not have no friend. Because everybody when me know was either dibbling or dabbling. What me say? Everybody when me know, every man, every woman when me know today in my age group, at some stage between the 80s and the 90s, was dibbling and dabbling. Yeah. In the prison system, I'm telling you already, when it reach in the prison system, my owner, vanguards them, start dibble and double. To get away from that, me have to go solo. Yeah, I succumb done 9 years in a solitary to avoid dibbling and dabbling. Because that was the order of the day. Everybody, when me say, every man me know was dibbling and dabbling. Inside and outside. Up until today, I come out, tell you something. I think in the early 90s, Miguel Lan didn't do what he was supposed to do, and that was to make sure that the prisoners them get proper representation. Upon my release from captive, at the time, Miguel Lan was in prison doing a sentence for some kind of car stealing. Yeah. If you never remember that, Miguel Lan was also banned from the early 70s from practicing law. Yet, up until today, everybody talking about the attorney Miguel Lan. Miguel Lan was banned from practicing law in Jamaica from early 90s. But that's not the point. The point is that Miguel never make no presentation on behalf of JAH. Upon my release, when I reached Jamaica, you know who was the first person I went and visit in prison? Miguel Lawn. Yeah. Yeah. I go at Tambrin Farm, go visit Miguel Lawn with me one strand of locks were left by my head. The visit was to show Miguel Lawn, say, Miguel Lawn, here it is. You did not make any representation on I behalf. But now, you also now is in prison, fighting to keep your locks. And here it is now, I come to visit you. So there's a big difference. After I visit Miguel Lawn, I left Tambrin Farm prison and go a Nagozed in a barber shop and cut my locks instant. Yeah. And I'm here now telling you that me no have no elder, me no have no leader, me no have no friend. JAH stands alone. Why I stand alone? I come to realize that wherever I go in the world, whether America, Jamaica, or here in England, Germany, I don't fit in. And I've always wondered, how am I not fit in? I don't fit in because people can tell instant whether you used to dibble or you used to dabble. And what I find out, when I intermingle with my age group, everybody have something in common. And that is, who never used to dibble or dabble, then them used to sell it, or them used to provide it, or them used to mix it, or them used to dub it. And if you don't fall into that category, then you're not a part of the establishment. So I've come to realize that I'm not a part of any of that. Because, as I said, no dibbling or dabbling to my thing. The first time in my life that I see crack cocaine and somebody smoking crack cocaine was upon my release. So I never see it in prison. I know it was there in prison, but I never see no one do that. The first time I'm going to witness this is when I reached Jamaica and I went up to Red Hills Road to check my good brethren toothache. And me and toothache go in my office. As a long last brethren, a connect, it's like a man that's bring out a bottle of champagne and say, let's drink to freedom. Toothache bring out him stem. And then bring out a dry weed. And him said to me, say, ass, where the pan? You a vegetarian? Never forget that. Two talks with me a vegetarian. And I say, yeah, but I'm a vegetarian. And him say, well, Bill a split. And me and Tooth sit down. And the first time in my life, my brethren light up him stem. And me and him sit down and reason like I know nothing. I them heart the way up. So I'm not here telling you any secret. My brethren toothache light him stem in front any guy or any girl. So I'm not secret. Me I tell him, I'm going to tell you so the first time that I witnessed somebody do that is when me come a road after my 15 year and go check my brethren tooth. Since then, I have not witnessed that again outside a seat per movie. Me not play no man that close. And the other hand, when me come a street, like me explained to you already, all my brethren are so-called friends were dibbling and dabbling in the eater food culture. That was the eater food culture. Where everybody the go-to position for make money real quick is to sell some coke or juggle some crack. I choose not to go down that road. So I'm here today to tell you now that me not a friend. Yeah, me not a friend. Me a no man in a nothing. Because a man not take you as him friend because you know in a way me not. Yeah, a man who just talk to you because I realize you know most men go talk to me, but then kinda keep me at arm's length. No man not too really in a me. And why is that? Because I'm squeaky clean. Me a bad boy. Me a gun boy. Me will shoot a boy. Me rob a boy. But me not sell nothing. And me not dibble. And me not dabble. No. I am not here to influence or make the documents them speak for themselves. So, if you can find time to listen out any of the documents them and you want clarity from where you know overstand, then you can ask I. Feel free to ask I. If it don't mean nothing to you, then it don't mean nothing to you. But I am here today letting everyone know now that I'm not a part of none of that. Telling already, say, a Rasta something there. Done. A lot of people are like you, me say it. But you see, until a Rasta something there, find back it blackness and stand up in that blackness, that stagnation there, nah, gone away. On a different note, over the Easter weekend, me listen to Muta and her daughter, who claims that she's a scholar and she's an authority on the subject of young boys and white boys turn gay and all these things. But something I notice, but she named Kaboo, Queen Africa, all these intellectual women somehow have lost their femininity. Yeah. You ever listen how these women speak? Them speak like them a man. Yeah. it kind of turned me off when me hear how some woman speak. Al Kabuto. When you listen to them speak, you wonder if I hear a guy talk or a two woman a reason. The woman them lost them femininity. Not no feminine about them again. Me don't know this if speaking. Me not say you can't come talk and speak up your truth and speak up your rights. But where is your femininity? No, this woman a muta a reason. And this woman a take some position where me I wonder one to the prisoners them. Me hear the woman say, oh, dropping your pants below your body show say you have been taken already and it come from prison. And I say to myself, say, what that blood clot woman you talk about? No. I wonder about my prison friend them too, because the whole are not compromising them. I have a prison friend right now, because the one and down the silent and make people just beat down prison and all them things that I don't know what me no mouth. Come like the whole are not bow out. Yeah, that me I say right now. Me stop defending her. Yeah, me stop defend prisoner. Because I'm not defending myself. Because I'm not going to make a woman come on the radio. I come tell the world. After under the 37 years of prison, 25 years of prison, 45 years of prison, who is more prison expert than who no? Yeah, more I know. Basic correction. Who can call and show the woman, say, go sit down with that little you that prison argument there. Because I'm telling you something about prison now. American prison is no different from American army. American prison is no different from American Navy. All these institutions is run on the same criteria. Meaning that speaking for New York State, because that's what I do my time. Me don't know for now. But me know say, when me go, when them carry me go a downstate separation center and put me through orientation and then assign me to Dannemora prison. When me reach Dannemora prison, again, them put me on quarantine. You stay upon quarantine, I think 48 hours. When them release you from quarantine, you go to, what them call it again? It's like, them other say you go to the setup shop. But them have a name feed. When you go to this place, them issue you with your full setup. Every prisoner with the time of New York State know what a full prison setup is. A full prison setup is 4 long pants, 4 short sleeve shirt, 2 long sleeve shirt, 1 bomber jacket, 1 winter coat, 6 brief or underpants, 6 ski vest, 1 work boot, 1 dress boot, 1 pair of canvas sneakers, 1 goulash, 1 laundry bag, 3 set of sheet, 2 pillowcase, 1 blanket, 1 belt. That's something I'm going to emphasize now. You issue with a belt. If you come out of your cell and your belt not in your pants and your shirt not in your pants, that's an infraction. You will be charged for not fully dressed. So I don't know where Muta and this sodomite woman get this thing about prisoner wear them pants under them body. I don't know about that something there. And these little things just goes to show why all people can just come and misrepresent basic fact. And you have over 10,000, you have close to 50,000 prisoners there from America, in Jamaica, listening to these people talk these garbage. And nobody try to correct them. You know, say, on that alone, I rest my case. That alone, I'm going to go for sure. Everything with these intellectual people keep speaking is a lie and a fraud. Just imagine, Muta and this woman engaged in this batty argument. And she attacked with authority, say she knows a prisoner. Her position that they no issue prisoner with no belt because belt is considered some type of. So what do I tell you? They no issue with no shoes lace, they no issue with no belt. These are the type of things that badass find distressing. And like I said, all these people that is saying that they are scholars, especially the woman them, 3/4 of them sound like them a man. You see all the one of them called Queen Mother Moses. She, when me hear she run the prison program America now. But it's because the youth them of today is lazy. Because all them have to do, go and read Benjamin versus Cochrane, where we already did this clear that woman can lead Rasta. We already declared that in the documents. Listen to the court documents on over here. Yet, somehow, Queen Mother Moses, sounding like a man, is she who lead the Rasta program. She hijack it as far as me hear from Fox. Talking about Fox, Fox is also a traitor. Yeah. Abuna Fox is also a traitor. But that is for another segment. I don't want to carry the segment too long and gone all over the place. But I'm here to tell you today, outside of Martima Planner, every other elder sell the thing out. For example, Bongo Water, Bongo Time, and most of these Bongo Bigger and both of these elders, them could hardly read the Bible. Much less figure represent I and I in a international arena. I and I should be ashamed. Miguel, you should be ashamed if you allow these people, organize these people and send them to America, say them I represent Rasta. You should be ashamed. Me don't talk for that too.